Hindi apektado ang pasok ng mga official development assistance o tulong para sa Pilipinas mula sa ibang bansa sa kabila ng flood control corruption scandal. Yan ang ibinahagi ni Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro sa Billionaire News Channel sa kanyang kauna-unahang one-on-one TV interview. Ibinahagi rin ni Lazaro ang mga hakbang na ahensya kontra katiwalian, kabilang ang pagpapauwi ng ilang tauhan na iniimbestigahan at posibleng sampahan ng kaso. Bago pa man pumutok ang flood control scandal, mahigpit na ang bilin ni Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro sa kagawaran tungkol sa tamang paggasta ng pondo simula nang ma-appoint sa pwesto ni PBBM Hulyo noong isang taon. DFA ang isa sa natitirang ahensya na hindi pa nababahira ng any major scandal. What safeguards have you put in place?
Well, thank you for that question. I think my colleagues can attest to that. When I assumed the position in July, the very first words that I uttered to my colleagues in an undersecretary, assistant secretary meeting is I emphasized fiscal prudence. I think fiscal prudence is a basic principle that I was conveying to my colleagues, that we have to practice this. This is very important because we have to help the country with all the problems, and there was no flood control issue at the time yet.
Mas lalo pang iginiit ni Lazaro ang mahigpit na bilin nang pumutok ang flood control scandal. Katunayan, kwento niya sa Billionaire News Channel sa isang exclusive interview na may ilang tauhan ang pinarecall o pinauwi para imbestigahan dahil sa hindi tamang paggasta at paglabag sa mga alituntunin.
Going through the months before 2026, I again emphasize that. In fact, it has been our Foreign Service posts have been informed about this. We have seen some, how do you say this, some gaps, or there's certain issues that some Foreign Service posts are facing, and I've been very strict in implementing the rules and regulations to the point of I am recalling some of those officials who have I think not exercised and violated, not exercised fiscal prudence and violated, of course, existing laws and as well as regulations. So that is how strict I am, because that we have to implement this to the full.
You mentioned may mga pinarecall po kayong personnel for investigation po yun, ma'am.
Yeah, there will be a case that will be filed against them when upon their recall.
Right. Meron na hubang na-file ang case?
In the process.
Isang career diplomat at veterano na sa Foreign Service, naging consul, consul general, director, bago umangat bilang assistant secretary, undersecretary at ngayon kalihim si Lazaro, at iginiit ang kahalagahan ng pagpapaalala sa mga kawani ng ahensya na pangalagaan ng budget at maging mga ari-arian ng pamahalaan.
Retool our people, retooling them in the sense that there's many new rules now on procurement, on budget, as well as fiscal issues, as well as our administrative officers and property officers. In the past, property officers were just any run-of-the-mill person, but now they are really being given a lot of responsibility, because particularly abroad, there's so many properties there that we have really to take care of, to maintain maintenance. So we're very keen and very strict about how this regulation should be imposed.
Wala pa anyang ibang bansa ang nagpapahayag ng pagkabahala sa lumalabas na balita tungkol sa flood control scandal. Katunayan, kwento ni Lazaro, mas dumami pa anya ang mga grant sa pamamagitan ng official development assistance.
First of all, nobody has asked me or mentioned anything about this flood mess. And let me be very frank and candid. I think all countries in the world are experiencing this issue of corruption. Of course, each and every country has its own way of dealing with these issues. In fact, they're even very eager to continue their, of course, trade and investments, to continue their development cooperation. Development cooperation is in the form of ODAs and grants.
Kabilang dito ang mga mula sa Amerika, Japan at Australia na may kinalaman sa agriculture, health at infrastructure.
Every month or so, I have to sign this exchange of notes for grants as well as overseas development aid. So for me, this is an indication that, you know, they still think that the Philippines is a very important partner. And I believe that the government has its own ways of dealing, and it's all there in the papers. We have the ombudsman, we have the judicial process, we have the investigation process. So that for me is it's the fact that it's moving, it's working. We continue with our relations, and countries do so, and that's why development cooperation continues. For me, that is the gauge.
So wala nag-cancel ng any grant or...
None so far, not that I know of. In fact, dumadami pa nga but I cannot itemize many of these things, including from some very important partners.
That's the measure for the department.
That's how I see it.
Tungkol sa napabalitang cabinet revamp, ipinauubaya ni Lazaro ang kapalaran sa Pangulo.
Well, just to state in principle that I think all cabinet members are doing their job in the cabinet, and with their respective agencies in government. I think we all know each other. We know that every department has its challenges, and with this cabinet revamp, it's the president who will always make that decision.
Sa ngayon, isa sa malaking pinagkakaabalahan ni Lazaro ang pag-host ng Pilipinas ng mga ASEAN meetings ngayong 2026, kung saan inaasahang bibisita ang maraming mga foreign dignitaries at leaders. Abangan ng part 2 ng exclusive one-on-one interview ni Secretary Lazaro sa Billionaire News Channel, kung saan tinalakay namin ang paghahanda para sa ASEAN hosting ng Pilipinas at mga issue sa West Philippine Sea.